Here's my handover documents.
I don't even need this thing. Stanford, what have you done? Yes? Don't tell me that you didn't take a look at the handover documents.
Trouble busters!
My name is Helen. I'm a contract employee. I'm currently wordless because of a sudden incident. I'm in shock, but I still need to come up with a handover document. Here's my handover documents.
I don't even need this thing.
But the work needs to be transitioned or else it'll cause so much trouble. I've been working as hard as I could all along, but was that all for nothing? No, there is no such thing that's pointless in this world. Most importantly, I have been working so diligently. I'm not letting him get away with this. Trouble busters!
Stanford, what have you done? Yes? Don't tell me that you didn't take a look at the handover documents. This is such a loss. What are you talking about? Who did the annual financial statement this time around? It's looking ridiculous. What's going on? Did you say it's looking ridiculous? I received the handover documents from the person who resigned from our company, but the contents are completely different. The contents? This one, and this one, and this one either. Why is this happening? What are you doing here?
I'm here regarding the proof of resignation.
Everything was this person's fault.
Excuse me?
Let me tell you what's going on.
I knew it. I had a feeling that this would happen, but you messed up.
Why are you acting like that? How shameless can you get when this is all your fault? It seems like this was your mistake, but you'd better explain this to me.
It looks like there was a missed account receivable reconciliation, and as a result, the financial statements, both the balance sheet and the income statement, are showing a significant loss.
Impressive, Helen. I'm surprised you could tell immediately.
Yep, the accounts receivable recovery rate is clearly off compared to the reported sales. Accounting is built on the accumulation of daily tasks like journal entries leading up to the monthly closing. If those aren't done with absolute accuracy, even down to a 1-cent discrepancy, this is exactly what happens to the financial statements.
Why are you acting as if you have nothing to do with it? This is happening because of your mistake.
No, the daily journal entries up until the day I left are flawless. The numbers prove that. I wasn't the one who prepared the final monthly closing, and of course, I had nothing to do with the annual financial statements either, so this has nothing to do with me.
That's not true.
From these documents, it's also clear that you haven't been reviewing things regularly.
What do you mean by that?
To put it simply, the issue stems from Isaac making errors in daily journal entries. That means the monthly balance sheets and income statements were also incorrect. And if the monthly financials were wrong, then naturally the annual financial statements are inaccurate as well. So of course, the annual BS, the balance sheet, and the PL, the profit and loss statement, are also affected. Do you understand what that means, Stanford?
As a result, the bank might consider it a lack of funds, and the notes could all end up being dishonored as Type 1 dishonors. What happened to the handover work? If it was done properly, this wouldn't have happened. Helen, why didn't you transition your work properly? Accounting is all about numbers, so you should have handed over your work properly no matter what.
No, I tried to provide the handover documents, but Stanford, you were the one who said you didn't need that thing.
Oh my goodness, is that true, Stanford? No, it's not. Helen is only trying to get away with her lies.
What? That's strange.
Look, this is going to involve damage claims.
Whether it would be decided by the numbers that I had been handling until then, I'm sorry to say this, but if you look into my daily tasks, you'll see how accurate I am with my work.
How does it look? What Helen is saying sounds accurate.
Besides, with this situation, there's a real chance that all the notes will be dishonored as Type 1 dishonors. Do you really have time to be concerned with me right now if every note ends up being dishonored?
The company's credibility will collapse, business relationships will be suspended, and the financial damage will be massive. What are you gonna do about this? Putting aside who caused this problem, this is your responsibility for neglecting to do a final confirmation. And the person who reported the final financial statement was you, Stanford. Therefore, this is going to be solely your responsibility. Hold on a second, sir. I made sure I confirmed it, but there wasn't any problem at that point. It must have been manipulated afterwards. If it wasn't Helen, it must be Isaac, because he was the one who took over her work. What? I made sure I sent the financial statement to Mr. Stanford by email. I'm sure you don't have proof for that anymore. Well, I'm sure I could pull it up. Wait, it's gone! I made sure I left it in my history until just yesterday. See? As you can see, Isaac is telling a lie. So this means that this was Isaac's fault for manipulating the statement after I confirmed it. What? Hold on a second. Just give up, Isaac. This was all your fault.
Are you sure about that? Isaac, is it okay if I take a look at your computer?
Sure. Oh, why?
Isaac is still new to accounting, so I've been asking him to CC everyone else whenever he sends an email to people.
I wasn't told about any of this. But you should be able to see who's CC'd on your end. Why would I even look at the contents?
Not as easy as you thought it would go, huh?
In that case, isn't it Helen's fault for neglecting to hand over her work?
I made sure I sent Mr. Carlsbad the handover document too.
You sent it so late, which means that you must have created it after the finances were done. There's no point for you sending it to us so late.
I made sure I tried to give you the handover document, didn't I?
No, I don't recall seeing any handover documents. This is definitely your fault for neglecting to hand over your work.
The handover documents are inside Isaac's computer. I also left it in the shared folder where everyone else has access to, so you can take a look at those.
I couldn't find it anywhere. Me neither.
What?
I knew this was the case. She's lying to us again.
In that case, is it okay if I take a look at your computer, Stanford?
Huh? Is that? That's the handover document. There it is. And the last modified date is the day when Helen resigned, too. I don't know. I had no idea this thing even existed.
Since I was working remotely, I anticipated that you would delete not only the data on Isaac's computer, but also anything stored in the shared folders. That's why I used remote access to leave a copy on your computer as well. You know, just in case we needed evidence.
You're unbelievable! Do you really think it was okay for you to have done this?
If you're the type to do things to others, you'd better be prepared for them to do the same to you. If you choose to stare into the abyss, be ready for it to stare back at you. Well, in truth, I only left that data on your computer so that you'd be able to search for it when things went wrong. That's all I intended. To help. But the fact that you approved everything without even doing that, without checking, just means you let a serious mistake slip by. So in the end, doesn't that make it your responsibility? Honestly, I expected this might happen. After all, you've always pushed everything onto your subordinates and barely done any real work yourself. That's exactly why I made sure the handover documents covered everything in detail, starting with the absolute basics like account codes and including all daily, monthly, and annual tasks. But you were the one who refused to let me conduct a proper handover, and on top of that, it was you who decided to cancel my contract just because you didn't want anyone who wasn't a full-time employee. So no, I cannot and will not take responsibility for what's happened.
It seems like the truth is starting to reveal. Do you have any explanation about this matter, Stanford? Well, I had no idea Helen was handling so much work.
Excuse me?
It sounds like you're misunderstanding something. But Helen is a finance specialist who holds top-level certifications in practical PC skills, including Level 1 in the National Chamber of Commerce and Industry's Excel Data Utilization Test, Word document creation test, and PowerPoint presentation material creation test. She also holds Level 1 bookkeeping certifications from the All-National Commercial High School Association, All-National Federation of Commercial Education, the Prefectural Bookkeeping Exam, and the National Chamber of Commerce and Industry. You're kidding me!
I do dipwire art as a side business, and since most companies don't allow side jobs for full-time employees, I'm only working as a temp.
What? Everyone knows about Helen's side business in the accounting department. Anyone would misunderstand a situation like this. He's like a walking prejudice. Are you talking about me, huh? Oh, but you can't give any excuses. I've gone to Mr. Stanford many times to ask questions, and I made sure I recorded our conversation when you gave me the final go. What? You can't even do a decent job! Why did you have to make sure you record our conversation? I mean, of course, it was the year-end closing duties. If you had the time to be doing that, you should have confirmed the financial statements. It's a call about a trading suspension due to double billing on a sale. Oh my goodness! What is this annual financial statement? I mean, you said that this was fine because you refused to accept the handover documents, which likely included the cleared receivables list for completed sales invoices. I ended up sending invoices to all the clients again. Did you not even confirm the sales? I mean, I never imagined that this would happen. Then don't tell me you haven't even noticed that the purchases were recorded with the debits and credits reversed. What is this purchase amount? Ah!
As you can see, when it comes to purchases, there's not only double entry, we've also got a miracle of numerical errors going on.
What? Why is this happening, Isaac? I mean, I never received the handover list that likely included the cleared payments. And more importantly, you were the one who said it was fine. No way! What are you gonna do about this huge loss? And this wasn't about the monthly financial statement, it was the annual statement. This means that the statement has been submitted to the bank already. We haven't received any communication from the bank, so I'm sure we can still figure this out. The bank said that they're terminating the transaction with us.
Well, it looks like it was on a full-on parade of duplicate entries, so honestly, this outcome doesn't surprise me. But actually, this isn't even the first time.
What?
About 6 months ago, I asked him to prepare the financial documents for the bank, and he said, "I don't need any of the documents you made." Then he went ahead and double-booked the purchases without even checking the cleared payments list. We had already received a warning for poor performance after that first incident.
Mr. Stanford told me to keep quiet about it, that no one would notice as long as we didn't say anything. So, it's the second and final notice. Oh my goodness! What do you mean by second and final?
If a company issues 2 Type 1 dishonored notes within 6 months, all banking transactions, including those involving promissory notes, will be permanently suspended.
Isn't that pretty much bankruptcy?
Well, I guess you can put it that way. And when it happened the first time, Mr. Stephen and I went to apologize about this matter, and our client had informed us that there would be no second time, as they had forgiven us. So at this rate, this problem won't be unsolvable, and the fact that the sales are reported ridiculously and falsely, I'm sure the taxes for next year will end up becoming a ridiculous amount.
This wasn't my fault! Stop looking at me as if this was my fault!
No, Stanford, this was ultimately your responsibility because you personally submitted the statement at the bank.
It's such a terrible habit of Japanese people to try to place the blame on someone. But you're also Japanese. I'm a second-generation Japanese who happens to live in Japan. Look, this was all because of the two of your faults. Isaac is at fault for not doing his job right, and Steven's at fault for not taking the initiative to take over this job. What? Besides, can't you even create a decent statement when you're formally employed here? Well, you're not entitled to question that when you can't even decently confirm a single statement. To add, you've been remotely manipulating your team's computer. You're terrible. Shut up. If you didn't want me peeking, you shouldn't have brought it to the office. But it's a company laptop. Besides, why didn't you even care to give me a call about it?
What? Me?
Who else is there? It was such an important handover document, so you should have insisted on leaving it with me. Why couldn't you even do something so simple?
But you said you didn't need it. Let me make it clear that if only you hadn't refused to renew the contract with me during such an important period, none of this would have happened. And yet, you're not even reflecting on your own actions, and you're only looking for ways to blame others. Don't you feel sorry for Mr. Carlsbad for causing all this trouble?
Why would I be sorry for anything? Mr. Carlsbad ended up trusting me, so it's his fault too.
Oh my goodness.
This is happening because of you guys, so you'd better figure this out on your own. Oh, I'm so done here. I have no choice but to file for corporate rehabilitation, so this is the end for me. But I'll make sure you're all taken care of. You have my word. Don't worry. Oh, Mr. Carlsbad. What? Also, Helen, regarding the very rude treatment you experienced this time, please understand it was due to circumstances on our side. What is it? Isn't the company over at this point? It will go on after all. What? I lied about everything I said. I was just kidding. So will you please make sure I get to keep my job too? This is going to be solely your responsibility. Oh, please don't be like that. Why did this end up happening?
Afterwards, the court approved the corporate rehabilitation under the Company Rehabilitation Act, and the entire management team, including the president, was completely replaced. Of course, Stanford was held responsible and was dismissed. Apparently, he never expected this outcome and spent his time crying uncontrollably. This incident became a minor topic in the local newspapers. Although his name was never mentioned, he was harshly criticized for his careless and inadequate management skills. The rumors spread rapidly, and perhaps because it became difficult for him to stay in the area, he moved far away as if escaping. As for me, I took this as a perfect opportunity to turn my side business into my main career. Now I enjoy my daily life as a somewhat well-known wire art artist, happily making my hobby my work. Troublebusters!